You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
Hey, this is Miley Flanagan. I play Naruto Uzumaki. This is a shout out to NerdFlow podcast. I hope you guys all listen, pay attention, and use your Rasengan. Believe it.
All right, man. So, this is issue 76, NerdFlow. What is up, y'all?
What up?
Wow, wow, wow. Yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
It's been a long time.
Yippee-yay. Yeah, so, of course, we didn't have a show last week, but we actually didn't take off Labor Day, so I guess it kind of made up for not taking off Labor Day. So, but we here. But yeah, man, if you haven't figured it out already, listen to us on, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. This is NerdFlow. It's a podcast all about nerding out on the most popular stuff in pop culture, video games, anime, movies, comics, you name it, we talk about it.
Yo, I gotta tell y'all something that's so dope. Before you finish.
What's up?
I did it just to see if it was going to pop up. I said, Alexa, play NerdFlow podcast. I'm tuned in. Yeah. And it popped up, and that was just so dope to me. That, oh, shit, I had never did it, though.
Look at me over there getting excited. Oh, Michael might get excited over there. So, we gonna film that.
What?
We film that shit. I'm gonna you are getting
Chick may sound like he had his face in the pillow. I just want to say that.
Don't get suffocated over there. Okay.
I feel like Chick made it in the bed, like with his face down in the pillow, Skyping right now.
No, Chick make over there taking it from the back, getting his face.
Okay. You know what? It's disturbing. I actually thought about that. That's what's most disturbing. Well, I don't lie. I do appreciate you think of me in a little second.
Let our viewers know we have missed each other over these last 2 weeks.
I know.
We haven't talked to each other.
For real.
Oh, man.
All right, man. So you can find NerdFlow, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Either look up NerdFlow Podcast. Will be a good way to find us. Make sure you follow us. We got a NerdFlow community going on Facebook. Find us in the groups. It's a private group, so all you have to do is send out to request to join. We'll get you in. But yeah, man. So let's kick it off. Also a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff went down. Got 2 cons to talk about as well. So let's jump straight in. Let's start off with Spider-Man. I haven't got a chance to play it, but I think Checkmate. I know you got it, right?
Oh yeah. I was playing it, waiting on you to get done stuffing your face, Goku.
Yeah.
But it is everything everyone said and thought it would be. It's amazing, like pure amazing. If it wasn't for God of War, it would be Game of the Year.
I think so. Do you think that from PlayStation, Spider-Man and God of War are going to be pretty much at the top contender for Game of the Year?
Oh, no doubt. Because, God of War story-wise is the main reason. But Spider-Man, the story on this one is, I'm surprised they didn't make a movie out of it because it's legit that good.
So, let me ask you something. Because someone told me that the mechanics on Spider-Man is similar to Arkham, which is one of the reasons that it's a great game.
Yep, it is. The only difference is, though, because, Spider-Man is way quicker, than Batman. So you have to actually, it's pretty much it is. The only difference is when you, instead of dodging a triangle, you dodge on a circle. So, but you still have to react much quicker to, because you're getting shot at, ponytail, you're fighting like a whole bunch of enemies in there coming pretty quick.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about Spider-Man. I'll be picking it up probably, and I'm probably gonna say probably this week or next week. I'm just trying to give myself time to get through this for second DLC.
Because it's so new, I mean to cut you off, but because it's so new, I don't want to like ruin the end because the story in like incredible. It does. One main thing I want to point out on the game is the spider suits. is the fact that like each spider suit got different powers. But the cool thing is, if you like the look of one spider suit, you can take the power of one and put it on the suit that you like, so you can kind of find the spider's powers and stuff. It's dope.
Oh, cool. I like that. I heard there's like 20 something suits in the game that you can get.
Well, yeah, for now, and then next month they're gonna have the expansion that comes out that's adding 6 more chapters to the game, and then November 6 more chapters, and then December 6 more. So the game is it's worth every dime.
Cool. Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts 3, as we continue to impatiently wait. They did a Big Hero 6 trailer for Kingdom Hearts. I didn't get a chance to see this, so who saw this?
It is awesome. It's awesome. Of course, I had to
what was in the trailer? What was what they were doing in the trailer?
So we get, Donald and Goofy and Sora coming in on the bridge of San Francisco. Not San Francisco, San Francisco. I'm sorry. Gotta get it right. And they come up on this battle where they meet Hero and Baymax and the rest of the game. And I really like the graphics for this. Like, they really, like I said the last time we were talking about the trailer, that they got the same animators who were involved in it, in the movie, to come actually help out with like the gaming development and stuff. So we get to see Honey Lemon, Wasabi, Go-Go, everybody, the whole game. And we also get to see in the trailer more footage of Rapunzel's world, and we also get to see Flynn Rider for the first time. They kind of got him a little more quirky looking in this trailer than any other thing that I've ever seen. And of course, we get more scenes with people who previously were in the Organization 13. A lot of people that I know I'm not excited to see. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be dead? I was sick of you in the first few games, so why are you here? I'm sorry I have to say it like that. I'm just saying it. And we keep seeing old Xemnas punk ass keep coming up out of nowhere. Like, what is your mission? Like, you going back in time, you making yourself younger. Like, this dude is like the Voldemort of Disney.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that's another one of the worlds that's got added to the. I think probably the biggest thing out of Kingdom Hearts that we kind of really want to see is, are we gonna get a Marvel? Get a Marvel.
Well, Big Hero 6 is part of Marvel, so I think that's just as close as we're gonna get.
Yeah,
but that would be cool.
I mean, they got the license because they're doing an Avengers game, so they can play in that sandbox. And who knows? I mean, when I think about it, when you think about it, maybe a standalone game kind of came about once they probably got the rights to maybe throw it in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they just said, "Hey, we can make a standalone game too, an Avengers game." So that's what I'm hoping I want. That's what I really want to see.
I got another question for you guys who saw the trailer. How do y'all feel about the new gummy ship skins? Like, me personally, when I'm playing the game, I really like the gummy ship battles that you get where you have to open up different pathways. Some of them I haven't even completed yet. Some of them were annoying. Some of them I just die. Even if I switch to the different modes, you have hard, expert, and beginner. So, anybody back me up on that?
Well, I know I haven't played any of the. It is on any of the previous the remix and all that stuff that's out right now.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Shoot, I think. Well, speaking for myself, I know. For me, I'm I haven't even. I think I played 1 and 2, and then when it came to the remixes and the points, whatever, I have not followed.
I gave up.
Yeah, me too. I gave up because it was so many, and I'm when am I gonna get 3? And now we're gonna get 3 in January. But
well, you don't really have to do next level gummy ship battles unless you're like in number 2. I know they were real heavy in number 2, so they're kind of bringing that back. So when we get to number 3, and
man, 2 is like such a like for it being like what 15 years. Like 2 is such a blur to me right now. I feel like I feel like I gotta go back and play 2 just so I can
catch up to 3. And I ran through 2 because it came out 2-3 years after 1.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got 2, I put so much time into it that I ran through it in less than a week.
I feel like
so,
Square Enix got to give us like, this is what happened last time on Kingdom Hearts, and they have to do like a whole rundown for like everybody that played it like before, because I don't know what's going on anymore.
Like,
I want to play it, and I'm interested in playing, but I have no clue what's going on anymore.
Kingdom Hearts 3 got to start off previously on Kingdom Hearts 2.
It does.
Oh, y'all are gonna be so lost.
I know. That's why they need to do that, because I know you said.
I mean, I thought that was like the whole reason for them to like put it all onto the remixes, so that way y'all like, hey, y'all don't have to go out and buy all the other games on different systems. We're gonna have it all on for PlayStation. And
I know, but it's still like, it's just there's some people that are, like yourself, that will go out and play all the prequels, but it's like for some people it's like we just wanted the solid 3.
The main game.
Yeah, we just wanted the solid main game. We didn't want a prequel or anything like that, because in the beginning it got like, over time, us waiting with us contemplating waiting on 3, it got real confusing with these remixes and the points and all that stuff. So,
but that's why I thought that was like the reason why Kingdom Hearts fans are so loyal, because we love the storyline, and it's a reason why they're giving us like all these backstories.
But see, it was just like if you've been in a tradition of a game, say you started off with the first Assassin's Creed. Only thing you gonna stick to mostly is the main storyline, because you really don't care about the additional games they made for handheld systems.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, shoot, if it wasn't for sale, I would have had zero clue that those games in the middle were prequels. Because until they told me, I had no clue that they were prequels.
Not all of them are prequels, but the like backstories and what's happening next. Because like right after number 2, people was wondering what Coded was, and Coded was like so confusing for a lot of people. But it was just like, hey, we're taking a pause to see what's going on with Mickey. Like, y'all need to catch up with what Mickey was going through. And then again, went on to Dream Drop Distance, where like, the worlds that you just came from, they're fixed, but there is a catch to it. So you had to go through that storyline. And then we found out there were other people that were involved with Sora and everybody, like way before they didn't even know. That's why we keep getting like the storyline with like Aqua Terra and Vin. And that's when like 3 happens, because everybody's pissed like, hey, why didn't we know this shit in the first place?
Yeah, the last thing I remember from 3 is everybody remember the trailer with the 3 and that's how we figured out that 3 was coming. And then fast forward 15 years later, here we are.
So I gotta, before we go to the next topic, I gotta throw something out there. I didn't add it, but because it just hit me. But like the other night, I couldn't sleep, so I was up on Facebook and this other group I'm in, and they were arguing, that about games, and I actually said it just doesn't feel right that Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Tomb Raider are on Xbox or Nintendo. I said it feels sacrilegious. And they was like, no, because it wasn't fair in the first place. It should have been on there. So I threw this nugget out there. I said, so how would y'all feel if Halo was on PlayStation 4 to the Xbox user and Mario was on PlayStation to the Nintendo users? They was like, that can't happen because those are Xbox exclusives. That's how I feel about Tomb Raider, Spyro, and Crash Bandicoot. What y'all feel about that?
Yeah, because they kind of, they started there. One for PlayStation, wouldn't have been a Tomb Raider on Xbox. Same thing goes to Spyro. Same thing goes for Crash.
with Jack and Daxter playing.
And see, like those is like it's just, and I was, and when I kind of figured what you was gonna say because like it's just a younger generation because I don't know, like gamers like now where they kind of feel like, oh, it's not right to have exclusives, and like Sony owns this studio and it only can be on PlayStation. They own the studio. They bought the studio for that reason to own it. Why do you think Microsoft is buying up everybody right now? Because they're trying to do the same thing. Because everybody knows Microsoft's cadence. It's a Forza every damn year. It's a Halo, then a Gears of War, and a Halo, then a Gears of War. Yeah. And then we'll sprinkle in like some State of Decay and Crackdown if we can get one. That's their cadence. PlayStation, shoot, it'll be a while before you see a sequel to one of their first party games. Yeah. And shoot, Last of Us is probably, I would probably say probably the quickest sequel, probably next to an Uncharted that we got this fast, just because it was so well received. So, but no, man, it's just that new generation gamers. They get on my nerves with
that. I just feel like, like if you have something like, to me, Master Chief is Xbox mascot. Right. Mario's Nintendo's mascot.
Right.
So I feel like that PlayStation 1 gave us Crash Bandicoot, Lara Croft, and Spyro all like PlayStation came out with 3 mascots, in my opinion.
They had several mascots. They had, let's see, from back in PlayStation, there you had Spyro, you had Crash, you had Jack and Daxter, you had Ratchet and Clank, you had, what's the freaking raccoon? Sly Cooper. You had him.
Technically, you could say
don't do no boy Sly.
It's PlayStation. Because Twisted Metal started on PlayStation, so.
Yep. You got what's called from Twisted Metal as well. I think like during the Gen 1 PlayStation, I think PlayStation kind of took the route with the games they took the route with one, because for those who don't know, Nintendo and Sony were going to make a console, and Nintendo kind of backed out because they were still trying to stick to cartridge, and PlayStation CDs are the future, and Sony said, forget y'all, we're going to make our own console. So that's where that came from. I think that's why we had so many very kid friendly games, but we had all these different mascots, you can kind of say, for the first PS1, because they were trying to basically create their own version of Nintendo, because back then in 96, Nintendo was the best of the best at the time.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, we had just came out the Super era, because I remember, us talking about the 64 at Solomon. I remember me and Checkmate talking about it because it was codenamed Dolphin. So,
yeah.
And this during the time where we still buying gaming magazines. So, it was like Nintendo. We was some people were still playing the Super in 96 while people were moving to PlayStation. Just PlayStation came at the right time because the Dreamcast had just failed. The Dreamcast was starting to fail because they pretty much dropped at the same time. And, a lot of people was moving from cartridge games, and, they felt like the CD was better. It took up less space. You put it in, you ain't have to blow it and all that, even though the PlayStation 1 had its malfunctions and meltdowns. But
young kids didn't know how to handle CDs back then.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
So, it was just right time, right place.
Yep, pretty much. Ryan Reynolds and Netflix are making a Thundercats show. I have no problems, because I mean, with this, I kind of feel where they're coming from with this, because Netflix really has to double down on original content that can be either on the level or better than what they do with the Marvel shows. because after Ant-Man hits Netflix, all the shows after that run, that's the last Marvel movie that's hitting Netflix. And after that, in 2019, they're going to pull all their content off there. So they have to go into creative mode and come up with compelling shows that fill that void for those people who like Marvel type stuff.
Look, I'm happy Ryan Reynolds and them trying to do a Thundercats, because what Cartoon Network trying to do, I just can't get with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds probably got something to say about that one. I could love to see a tweet about.
Ryan is going to save the Thundercat franchise if he takes over.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of what's,
because he an 80s kid, like he an 80s 90s kid, so he remember what the original Thundercats was like. And Thundercats Roar, what Cartoon Network trying to do, is just no.
Sacrilegious is the word.
They already destroyed down the Ninja Turtles. The new one is horrible.
Ninja Turtles with gaps in their teeth. Ninja Turtles. Just keep it.
Just take me back to the 90s Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the one before this one was good. Like I liked it a lot.
Yeah, you just need to go back to stop trying to change it ain't broken, man. That's why we got stuff like this is why Nick has to come up with streaming services like Splat, because they know that they have a niche with those 90 cartoons, because that's like the best thing they got. So, and they can't really, nobody's really gravitating to what they're producing right now.
Real talk. And I think that's why Cartoon Network came with their Boomerang streaming service, because nobody really likes the stuff. I think the only thing saving Cartoon Network at this moment is Teen Titans Go and anything after 8 o'clock in the evening, like their Adult Swim stuff.
Why you think they brought back Toonami? Come on now.
Yeah, that's the only thing saving it, because
Steven Universe is helping it. Steven Universe, and they're gonna stop doing Adventure Time. So, and then they
Adventure Town already are.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, cartoons, I think me and Young talked about this at one point. It's like some cartoons, like some people get down with certain cartoons, certain weird stuff, but there's some stuff that like now with cartoons, they're so weird to the point that some parents don't even want to have their kids watch it, because you can't even understand what the heck it is that your kid's looking at. So compared to what we used to watch growing up, from Cartoon Network to Nickelodeon and all that stuff, your parent could like look at it for a couple seconds and understand what the heck your kid is watching, versus like as a parent, you got to like sit there and watch about 2-3 episodes to understand what the hell you're watching or what your kid is looking at.
But then we got to look at today's parents who are like ultra sensitive, who wouldn't dare let their kids, like the stuff we grew up on, they wouldn't dare let their kids watch it. Like that's why Cartoon Network stopped showing Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and stuff, because that's too violent, or that's racist and stuff like that.
It is racist, but violent is very far from it.
But
it's always been racist. We just figured it out.
Thomas
and
Jerry stay scrapping.
Let's talk about let's just talk about the maid with the black feet. Come on now.
Thomas, get your butt back in this house, boy.
I mean, you got to get when the cartoons were made, though. I mean, and then like black folks didn't really have. I mean, how many black folks grew up on Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes and stuff? But when I say they violent, they was like Elmer Fudd shooting Daffy Duck in the face with the gun, you know, stuff like that. You know, like Tink just laughed. She knows. I'm just saying. They don't even really show. They don't show the old episodes of Scooby Doo because the fact that those parents know Shaggy and Scooby was back there smoking weed. Fred and Daphne going off by themselves. Fred getting him some. They ain't solving no mystery, and the poor Thelma out there to just fend for herself.
I mean, the whole Scooby Doo show was about them dodging the draft, man. And it worked. And so they found like all these people with their own problems because they were too stupid not to solve it themselves. And they were always rich people just trying to be, just, you know.
Yeah, man. I think people just overly ultra sensitive with a lot of this.
Yeah, I think especially with some of the old stuff and stuff like that. But it's starting to show that that's like the best stuff though. But yeah. Henry Cavill. Let's see. Where should we start? Okay, first of all,
he's not Superman anymore.
He's not that, but he's the Witcher.
Whoa,
he's the Witcher now.
Give it to him slowly.
Nah,
don't go right into it.
I'm like this too. They gonna know about it.
It's like he still is, but they want to explore Wonder Woman more. They want to explore other options. It's like he ain't, but he is.
He's here, but he's not here.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, yes, he's him, but he's not him. And him was like, you know what? I'm going to leave this boat while it's sinking. Y'all can have whatever it is y'all trying to do. So I'm going to be over here doing this. When y'all ready for me to be in the Cape again, let me know. I'm over here right now.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's like the Russo said, man. It's like, just make good movies.
Yeah.
Just make good movies, individual stories. And if it somehow, starts to, kind of mend together or work together, then yeah, so be it. But you can't force it. So yeah, just make good standalone movies. I think that's like the key. And the other thing, here's what I don't like. And this is kind of like a side thing off from the Superman thing. Can Marvel? Okay, I won't say Marvel in particular, but like Sony/Marvel and DC, can y'all please stop trying to make movies about side people that don't nobody really know or care about? Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Right.
You know who Black Cat is because she from Spider-Man. Silver Sable, a lot of people gonna learn about her in the new Spider-Man game, but before that, nobody didn't even know who the hell she was. So, and then on top of that, it's like DC trying to do all these villain movies. I know y'all villains are like, y'all have the best villains. We get that. We understand that. But can you make standalone great movies, inject these people in the movies so we can see them, learn about them, develop the characters, then you can do separate movies. Because you throwing like 4 or 5 different people in a movie together that if you ain't a nerd, you don't know nothing about. And then on top of that, you trying to explain their origin story in the middle of trying to do something else. And it's just like Suicide Squad 2.5. So like just have certain characters make cameos and just slowly, roll them out or put them in as, villains or something, man. It's like, stop trying to dump everything on us.
Yeah.
Just feel like it's...
Man, DC and Warner Brothers just need to stick to making cartoons and TV shows.
Warner Brothers need to like give up the ghost and sell it and let somebody else, because evidently they people that ain't what they do. Y'all stick to Looney Tunes. Or something.
Yeah, they don't need to do that no more.
Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad y'all are clarifying this because I really don't know who I want to take my anger out on, either Warner Brothers or DC.
It's
Warner Brothers.
It's mostly Warner Brothers.
But it's both.
DC restructured.
Is letting it happen.
DC restructured because I heard about that over when it was cut, San Diego Comic-Con, that I heard about all the stuff. It's actually because the guy that's in charge now is like one of Feige's good friends, so which kind of gives me some kind of hope, because if he's friend with Feige, that means he got some damn sense. So, I mean, we'll see. It's gonna take some time. It's almost like a presidency in a sense. He's gonna be the new head guy, so you guys gonna take some time for him to clean up the old whoever was in charge before him, clean up all his mess before he can actually even make anything worth a damn. So we got to give it time. So okay,
so can y'all just give me a moment to let me get something off my chest with Warner Brothers.
Go ahead, young brother.
Let me breathe first. Dear Warner Brothers, I really need y'all to get it together because I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. So if you really don't get it together, and then another thing, I just feel like you gotta.
I like the fact that you bleeped yourself. That is
right.
I did
This man got his own cuss button. Kevin Garnett would be proud.
Hold on, I'm not finished. Let me get this on my chest.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and then I also feel like that you need to.
Oh God.
Okay, Warner Brothers, you heard every bit of that. So yeah,
exactly.
Y'all please just meet this man's demands, or else y'all will find a pipe bomb somewhere in y'all studio.
I just think DC and Warner Brothers just needs to come to like a partnership. Like Marvel and Disney came into a partnership. That's why they work so well together.
Either that or they're gonna end up selling off pieces of DC to other studios that can try to make it better, but probably won't. Maybe.
Because Marvel has no problem telling them, reshoot that. Nope, reshoot that. Nope, it still ain't right. Reshoot that again. Marvel has no problem doing that because they have a structure on what they want their product to be. They want it to blow our minds. They wanted to excite us. They want us to make us cry and walk out the movie theater like, what the heck just happened? I went in there for action. I got action. I got sadness. I got excitement. I got a yay moment. And then I'm like, what the heck just happened?
And then you hit me with some after credit bonus scenes that's just like, oh, this next movie gonna be dope as fuck.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what?
This is exactly what I'm saying. This is why they need to get it together.
So here's what I'm thinking. So also on top of that, to continue with the Superman news, Michael B. Jordan is rumored to be in talks to play Superman.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that because if you look in the comics,
Clark Kent.
So there's a black Superman.
There's a black Superman that was actually modeled after Barack Obama. So I ain't saying he can't be Superman. Honestly, I would rather for him if they were to do a Batman Beyond film. I would rather for him to be in there. But I don't mind playing Superman though.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with it, but it would be very awkward if he does that. Let's hope he doesn't jump into something that's not as good as.
Yeah, I really want to start a race war in America.
Okay. So here's the thing. I had this conversation. I had this conversation with a white coworker, and he agreed with me.
Hey, he one of the few white people that's gonna support it.
It's more than one. Okay, here's the thing. As a comic book fan, you cannot.
As a comic book fan, you will know. But
no. But let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. It doesn't matter about Culture America because 9 times out of 10, it's probably a white man that wrote the comic anyway that put the black man in the comic book to begin with, which is why a lot of people don't really have a stool to stand on when it comes to, like, for example, Black Panther. But with this, it's from the source material that there is a black Superman. If you didn't say anything about it when it was originally written and you didn't raise hell then, you can't say anything because it's from the source material. They're not making this up. They're not making it to be different. It exists in the comics. It's from the source material.
In the comics.
What you're saying is true. But more of America watches film and TV before they pick up something to read. Therefore, if you want to start a race war,
It ain't gonna be no
Put out a
guess what? Because people gonna go see it. Just like they went to go see Black Panther, and cash is king.
Black Panther, exactly.
Cash is king. Cash is king.
I'm being sarcastic, but I'm just saying. Like,
but at the end of the day, if people already super fans of Michael B. Jordan from his performance in Black Panther, the same people that's gonna come out and drove that supported Black Panther, they gonna come out and drove to support that, and it's gonna shut all that down because cash is king.
Yeah.
You vote with your wallet. Forget what people gonna say. People gonna talk till you die. But cash is king.
Yeah, we should have voted for the last presidential election with our wallets.
Cash is king when it comes down to in a lot of situations. But yeah,
since I'm sorry. Since we on this subject, how do y'all feel about when we go see Spider-Verse? Like, what's the main audience that we're gonna get for that?
Spider-Verse.
Hey, what's the rate for that movie anyway?
Probably gonna be like PG. It's an animated movie.
Yeah, it's animated and it's basically kids.
Yeah, it's pretty sure
it's gonna be a cartoon.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure because it's gonna be because it's an animated film. I don't think it's gonna have an impact as a real film would be.
Yeah. I mean, it's Spider-Man, which he's the most popular. He is the most popular superhero as far from a merch standpoint than anybody else, and more popular than Superman himself. So it could blow the numbers out. So I mean, we will see.
This all I have to say with it. Like, I figured because of how Miles was already like advertised in the Spider-Man game as it is. I figured that would have at least carried over with the film, and on top of that, like I said, I haven't picked up the game. The only person that picked up the game really in this out of all of us, Checkmate. So I would want to believe that it's got to be some type of DLC or something with Miles in it. But again, I don't know how Miles is in the game. I know he's gonna be helping them, but I figured,
he makes a dope cameo in that, and like I said, that what got me into start reading the Spider-Man comics is because they put Miles in the game.
I think
he'll do something like that.
I think Sony kind of knows what they're doing because they're marketing, putting him out there in the game, in a popular game that they're making about Spider-Man that are months way before this movie comes out. Yeah, and also planning to see for it early on in Homecoming that Morales exists as well. And then people saw Homecoming, and they're gonna draw the parallel because they probably bought. If they went to see the movie, they bought the game. They're gonna go see the animated movie. And so it all trickles down. So I don't think they're gonna have too much problem.
I'm thinking that if it does do really good, he's gonna probably be in the last Spider-Man Homecoming or next to the last, or maybe even like spin off into his own movie.
Yeah, it could be.
But it's all playing on everything. It's all playing on the anime. Animation movie is all playing on the game. So
I was shocked when I saw him. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, we got one of us in
here. Right?
I mean, to our viewers, we're not. I mean, I'm not only thinking like we're just hardcore, just pro black, just because we haven't had black superheroes and black like all this around. So now that we can see,
when we were little, we had none of this.
I think I said none of it. Younger. Getting a sprinkle of it, and we're like loving it. So that's where I always want to put it up for our viewers.
Right. And you have to see, guys, if you catch it on like the animation Spider-Man off of Disney XD, actually go to the very episode where Childish Gambino is playing Miles Morales, the voice. That's a really dope episode. That's my favorite one.
Favorite episode.
It really is.
Maybe go check that out.
And if you didn't know, Donald Glover wore Spider-Man pajamas on Community, and that's where the whole idea of Miles Morales began. Like right there, his dude saw Childish Gambino in Spider-Man pajamas. Was like, oh, that'd be cool if that really happened. If it was the Black Spider-Man. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
And now we got it.
Thank you, Bino.
Then we got Battlefield 5 beta happened last week? Yeah, I think it was like last week. Checkmate. You got a chance to jump in? What's your thoughts
I did. I will give Call of Duty the valiant effort of what they're doing, but Battlefield is definitely. And I'm glad they pushed it back, and I see why. Because the maps seemed like they were glitching, I think, a little bit, and the servers didn't seem too stable. So I feel like they're just working out mechanics, but the games, for the most part, gameplay-wise, is smooth. So I feel like that is done. But I feel like it's a good year for Call of Duty and Battlefield. So more than likely, I'll pick both up, but I'm more likely picking Battlefield up for sure.
Let me ask you something, because I know we've played Battlefield quite a bit. Now, this is what I felt with Battlefield 1. I felt like Battlefield 1 was kind of, like, gameplay-wise was a lot faster, and I feel like on 5, they kind of slowed it back down to, like, how 3 and stuff like that was.
Well, they saw that actually they brought it back down to how Battlefield 4 was, because Battlefield 4 was like everyone's favorite, like Battlefield. Well, I thought it back. But so I feel like I mean they try to make it a little diet arcaded video, but not as quick.
Okay. Then we got keep on. Go ahead.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, if you've been playing Battlefield, it's a big deal. And at the same time, you can just play a video. That's all. I just
need smaller maps. That's all I need. I don't feel like walking around.
They have like the
I mean, but Battlefield has always had big maps.
Yeah, but as always, they give you an option now to where they got like maps the size of like like Call of Duty, and then of course they got conquest maps and all that.
Yeah, those are like the smaller battles. Those kind of more the game, because I appreciate the large, big scale battles and stuff like that. I like to jump in that stuff every so often if I'm with playing with some friends and stuff like that. But from time to time, I just want to like all around and shoot people, and I needed to happen immediately, not have to wait on it. So
that's on there, but that was on there in Battlefield. I know Battlefield 1. No, it wasn't on Battlefield 1. Yeah, you can get to choose the pretty much the gameplay or the game type that you select chooses the size of the map. So if you just want like team deathmatch, so stuff like that, it's much more than that.
Yeah. Then we got Call of Duty Blackout beta was this past week as well. More or less, it's PUBG with better graphics.
It's dope. But yeah, I'll give it that. But at the same time, they've added their own little spin to it, and it's good. But I mean, all this battle royale stuff that I'm burned out. So I mean, for the most part, it's good. I think Battlefield battle royale is, in my opinion, much better.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I can't wait to see what the Battlefield that Battlefield version of a battle royale looks like. Hopefully. The only complaint I got about Blackout is what everybody's complaining about, and they're gonna supposedly kind of tweak it a little bit, is how you pick up weapons. You have to be literally cursor on the weapon to pick it up, other than just walking over it and just holding the button down to pick it up. That's a nuisance. That is a very big problem between.
You have to be right at the trigger or something like on the ground. Like, what the hell?
And that's between you and another person in the same room, laying in the same place trying to pick up one. You might lose just because you name it the weapon right. Then we got a trailer from WWE 2K19 this past week as well. Got a lot of stuff in this one. Snap. So
yeah, man. I'm surprised they put what was, in my opinion, the most garbage match of 2017 in the game.
The House of Horrors. Yes, it was very.
But
that's terrible.
And it's sad though. Matt Hardy actually retired yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Hey man, but hey, it is what it is. But they got, I think his they got his final deletion match, I believe, in the game, or is it like a broken universe? Yeah, he was standing like a room.
Yeah, it's like either like a broken universe or either a House of Horrors. But we got 2 off-site locations as like places to have matches within the game, to get more. And
big heads. We got a lot of big heads in that game.
Yeah, you got big head mode now, which, want to play around, fool around, act silly, Instead of people trying to make and morph calls, creative wrestlers to make their heads big purposely, you actually got a mode you can actually, turn that on.
Make them look like Funko Pops.
Mm-hmm.
I should have put them there.
And you also got like a zombie mode. You have zombie versions of, because the back of AAA, it was like a zombie version. Because I know how they do when they do Halloween crap every year on WWE, when they do like the photo spread of like characters like wrestle looking like zombies. I can tell that's kind of what that is. Not sure.
Here's another thing.
Not sure what that has to do with anything, but it's in the game.
Here's another thing. I guess that's just I don't know. That's like part of the customization thing too. They got they had AJ at the end of the trailer, like all gold, and also I guess you can customize your own Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, they got that. So the golden AJ thing is going to supposedly be the $100 million with the $1 million challenge with the towers mode. That will be the version of AJ you will have to face in the tournament. So when whoever makes it as far as the finalist, that is the version of AJ that he will be playing with, which is a more kind of like souped up version. If for those who remember the Undertaker's special mode, the gauntlet mode you have to run through,
the streak.
The streak mode, and when you got to the end and you fought the Undertaker, he had like all these special abilities that he would kick out of shit, and even though you had him and all the
popping up out of nowhere and shit.
Yeah, so lights going out on you when you pin him, and then he all of a sudden appear standing up, like just stuff like that. So it's going to be a more souped up version of him for you to play against. So it's going to be not the regular version in the game you'll be playing. It'll be a special version you have to play and beat and stuff like that. So Assassin's Creed. So Odyssey, they announced that Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered will be part of a DLC for Odyssey, which I'm kind of super excited about. This reason being, Assassin's Creed 3 is one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds to play as far as in the actual series, just because I like the time period that it's in, of course.
Definitely.
So I'm like super excited about that. Then we got, this is some quick news stuff for games. Then we got some Nintendo had the Nintendo Direct this week. Primarily talking about some more games that are coming out from Nintendo. Nintendo's been really good on this cadence lately with their Nintendo Directs. This is probably, I'll say, since E3, this is probably like the third, I think it's like second or third one that we've had in the past couple months since E3. Like the third one. So they talked about Super Smash Brothers bundle. It'll be $360 for the Smash Brothers bundle. The actual dock and the Switch itself will have some of the characters on the actual dock and the Switch. So for those who are fans of Super Smash Brothers or just want that special edition Switch, that'll be what that will cost. They also showed off throwback NES controllers that'll be coming to the Switch. So you'll be able to play with NES controllers that work like what are they called? Wands is what they call? Yeah. Okay. So you have NES wands now that you can put on there, which is pretty freaking cool, I would have to say. See, some other announcement that we got from the Nintendo Direct was also Luigi Mansion 3 is coming in 2019. Warframe is coming to the Switch on November 20th, which I'm actually super hyped, and I want to see how that runs. I mean, Diablo ran, so I have full faith that Warframe is going to run properly.
Everything actually has so far. Diablo has.
Yeah, so I think they've kind of like, well, at least that developer in particular is, it seemed like because I mean, with Warframe, it's a lot of, it's really fast and high movement. So that process has got to be able to, for it to function with that game.
I'm sure they tested. I'm sure they tested it and it's going to release it coming on.
I don't know what they're having with 2K18 on the Switch, Mac. Goddamn. But anyway.
Honestly, I had, I love 2K, so I had it on Switch. I had it on Switch and PS4. And for me, I loved it because I was able to play that bitch on the go. So. Yeah,
it was just glitched to hell, which is part of the reason why 19 is not in that mode right now.
19. We'll set it for next week.
Yeah. Then we got Nintendo Switch also announced. Well, they didn't announce. They revealed the date for the online service, which everybody's been waiting on. Some of the main key features, which is mean, the normal things you get from most online services for video games, which is, of course, multiplayer, which that was the freaking obvious. You'll get access to, of course, you have a store. You'll have access to a lot of the retro games from Nintendo as well. You'll be able to do chat, but with theirs, it'll be chat through your phone. And that's kind of like a thing Xbox is doing now with their chat, like through the Xbox app. So you can actually, instead of use your console, you can enter chat through the actual Xbox app, plug in your headset, and just do it through your cell phone. So even if you're not like at home or you want to jump in chat with friends while you're on your way home or whatever the case may be, you can do that through your cell phone. So still kind of weird, but that's just, that's what they're doing. But yeah, so hey, Snap. I know Snap and Snap and Young, y'all both got Switches. I want y'all to try to. I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna probably get a trial that got a Switch, so I'm pretty sure y'all probably have a chance to check it out.
The download is Tuesday for it.
It is. Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all test drive that, and then we'll on an episode. Let's see, because 18th that'll be this coming week. So next week episode, we'll kind of give our general opinion on how the service works.
What's
up?
I said, don't all of us have a Switch except Tank?
I don't have one. I ain't got one yet. I'm getting one this Christmas though.
I don't have one.
Waiting on Smash.
I guess
Sorry. Not balling like y'all.
And then we got to get back on the whole DC fiasco. Well, we kind of knew Ben Affleck stuff now, so I don't even know why this even made news anyway. But in the hindsight of that, Jon Hamm was interviewed, and he said he's never had the offer to play Batman, but it was rumored that he did, but he's like, I never had a meeting about Batman or a meeting with Warner Brothers. But he's like, if if they wanted me to, if they approached me about playing it, I would play it. And for me personally, before Ben Affleck was selected, I know they came out. This is probably like, I think when we initially started NerdFlow, and they were talking about the whole Batman thing, and we talked about this on here. Jon Hamm, for me, was kind of like my number one candidate because I feel like he looked and represented like Batman Returns Batman for me. I just feel like it was either like him or like Josh Brolin, which of course he's Thanos, so he can't be, and he's Cable, so it won't be right in to play three people. So great actor, but damn, can't play everybody. But yeah, I think Jon Hamm would be like a really good fit to play Batman if they approached him to play Batman. So he sounds pretty willing to do it. So anybody thoughts on this one? And for those who don't know who Jon Hamm is, if you're drawing a blank, think Mad Men, the main guy on Mad Men.
Right. I think he has the build for it. I mean, he would be a good, he would be a great Bruce Wayne, I believe, because he already has that, I guess, that cockiness. Mm-hmm. If you ever seen him on Mad Men, he already has that ego, so that part is there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also on he was also on, what's the wedding movie? The Bridesmaids. He's played a comedy. Well, he was the arrogant jerk boyfriend. So he can do both roles. He can do comedy. He can do drama. So I think he's a pretty good fit, and wouldn't mind getting in the role for it.
Yeah, the only thing we haven't seen him in is action. This would be, this probably might be his first action movie.
His first one.
So I'm pretty sure there's probably more than enough reason why he would be down, because actors like to be very well-rounded in that sense. They don't want to get typecast into something. So I think for him to be in a comic book movie would kind of like, make his resume look pretty good based on all the stuff he's done before. So, Captain Marvel costume reveal. And we saw Skrulls for the first time. Entertainment Weekly showed off the suit, the official suit for Captain Marvel. A lot of people kind of worried because they saw a different color palette with the same similar suit. People thought they wasn't doing the same original suit for Captain Marvel. So that green and what color is that? Was green and blue? spell it. So the suit we saw with that color in it, that's basically the suit for Star Force, which is a group she will be a part of in the beginning of the movie. And so that's the reason for that. And then, so basically it looks like she takes that same suit, uses it, and then kind of like, you know, puts her own spin on it as far as from a color palette standpoint, in which this is how we get the Captain Marvel costume. And then we got pictures of, which would be the main, I don't say main antagonist, but part of the main antagonist for Captain Marvel, which is the Skrulls, which a lot of people were making memes that they look like Piccolo. Any thoughts on the Skrulls and the suit?
I mean, it came across my mind the first time I saw it. I'm like, they going with that, you know, that movie we don't talk about. I'm like, whoa, it's a little too close.
This looks like Dragon Ball Evolution. Anyway.
I'm like, y'all could have made them meaner. They don't, this is my problem. They don't look menacing enough. Or I know this is just first glance and we got to wait till the movie comes out. I'm like, this is just my first impression of it. Like, I know we get like a more serious, meaner looking Skrulls when we see them in action.
Yeah, they say the storyline is going to be Secret Invasion for those who are not, you know, well up on their comic book lore and knowledge and stuff like that. So Secret Invasion is basically,
that's cool.
When the Skrulls come to Earth and they become humans. And they're disguising themselves as humans, and they're basically secretly invading the Earth, pretty much. So, but yeah, so that's kind of like just what we get storyline.
And see, that's a storyline that I felt like DC should have used. That was in Justice. Well, was it Young Justice? It was a Young Justice when Black Beetle. When the Black Beetle and them secretly invaded Earth, and before the Justice League could do anything about it, they was invading Earth. They had for years been invading the Earth because the Blue Beetle armor was sent to Earth as a scout.
Yeah, which is how he got the suit and everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could. Yeah, they could have did something. I think DC probably couldn't use it because then DCTV Universe did the Dominators, which was kind of sort of similar to that. They did when they did the very first crossover they did with all the shows, like the first season of Supergirl. They did the Dominator storyline and stuff like that, where they invaded Earth and all that stuff. So then that's the thing with DC, man. It's like they got too many rules of like not wanting to do certain stuff that the shows do, or which is why we got a Suicide Squad movie, and we was actually supposed to get a Suicide Squad TV show, but because the movie studio division wanted to use Suicide Squad, they scrapped the show because they didn't want to double dip. I don't know what the hell, but they didn't want to do it. I think a Suicide Squad show would have been way better because they had already established a lot of characters on the show and would have worked out better because Argus was already well developed in the TV shows already. So, Venom comes out October 5th and it's PG-13. I got feelings about this. Any thoughts? Exactly.
Well,
like I feel like I'm just going off on everybody.
well,
like you had oh, you had us.
no.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I knew they were going to keep it. I think I was betting on them keeping it PG-13 though, because they're going to have to bring in Spider-Man one way or the other. I know they're going to try and avoid it, but if they want to keep their revenue up, if they want to keep it going, Peter Parker is going to have to come in here sometime soon.
But I feel like that's his. I feel like that's.
I don't think it's strong enough.
They could have made it R for his world, but when Venom comes into, him and Spider-Man in the movie together, then together it's PG-13 with them together. But if it's Venom by itself, it should be R. Because they said it's supposed to be like a horror movie. It's supposed to be. This is one reason probably why they released it in October.
But look at Infinity War.
True that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be spooky. I'm sorry. I'm trying to sugarcoat it, but it's not.
Yeah. I hope they don't
It's
come back.
supposed to be scary.
To bite them.
This is supposed to be set aside from the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and to be like, oh, wow, they really would.
Yeah. So,
There.
all right.
I think to keep that door open, they're going to have to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure that's probably their thought process. If it does well, then we need to be able to have that door open where we can inject Spider-Man in if it does like super good. Back on the Switch conversation. With all the games that are out for the Switch that have been announced, that are on the horizon for the Switch, do we feel like, especially this is a question for all the gamers, do you feel like the Switch has done what the Vita couldn't do?
Still to be determined.
No, we don't determine shit. Absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't ever recall the Vita being able to have a streaming service like the. I mean, I guess you can look at PlayStation Network, but still, it's like to get those games on the Vita, you still had to like go through PS3 and hook it up to your PS3 and get it off there.
Oh yeah, it's destroyed it off launch. Like what the fuck you mean to be determined? It did it from the jump.
Because from my opinion, a Switch ain't just a independently mobile game. It still could be just it's a main system. The PlayStation Vita wasn't never a main system. The PlayStation was the main system.
Yeah, no, but the whole thing is that but PlayStation promoted it really hard to be this whole mega port your game, take anywhere your game, save and all this bullshit, and it didn't do that. And the main thing is not even that. The games. Vita had like fucking 10 games.
Yeah, they couldn't. The graphics they had were there, but the AAA titles was always the problem of the Vita. Though I love PlayStation to the core, the Vita, they could not.
What was the first PlayStation? Well, okay, PlayStation had two handheld systems, right?
Yeah,
the portable and the Vita.
Regular well, they actually had three: the PSP, PSP Go, and the Vita.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure because I was stuck on the PSP.
Yeah. Now with that one, you can watch like they had movies you can buy for the
PSP. You buy PSP movies.
Yeah, the original PSP, yes, they did do that well, but when it got to the Vita, they literally lost their way. They had
like I said, it was just no games at all.
Yeah, that was really part of the problem. The Vita became the indie console for a very long time because that's all people would talk about on the Vita is like just number indie games, and that's all we were getting, and we weren't getting any hard AAA titles.
That was SOCOM, and that was it as far as AAA. But that was Sony as well. But SOCOM came out, and that actually kept the Vita alive because it came with a headset. You play online with SOCOM, but after that died down, there was nothing left. So, Switch has absolutely did what Sony was trying to do for the most part, as far as portability in the game wise. But Nintendo just wanted to promote it as it's not just a portable system; it's a home console too.
And with the launch of the online service, I really hope Nintendo doubles down on their library, for especially their large, massive DS library that they have.
That's what I want.
If they can double down on those games and be able to have those games available on the Switch as well as the better, higher quality games too, along with it, this just call it what it is. Nintendo is the king of portable gaming, hands down. Forget any phone you know of, iPhone, Internet. Nintendo is the king of portable.
The 2DS is still we still sell those in 2DS. Nintendo store is what people love because you can play all the Pokemon games, all the Donkey Kong. Like it's crazy. So if they do it with the Switch, dude, it'll be great.
Yep, they have the best of both worlds with the Switch, and them getting all the support from these third party companies putting games out on their console is just making it better and better. Real quick, one last thing in gaming, we'll jump to the couple last topics in comics. Yu-Gi-Oh! Joins Jump Force. I did not know this. When did this happen?
Yep. This happened, I think, today. That's why I had found it.
That happened today.
But my thing is, how's Yugi going to play exactly when it comes to gameplay?
This boy is going to have...
They're going to be throwing cards.
Exactly. This boy going to be summoning dragons and monsters.
So it's like, I know he's going to be having cards, but like, exactly how are we going to sit here and like exactly go about when it comes to his cards?
Oh, that's easy. He's just gonna use Exodia to do his dirty work.
He gonna use magic, but he gonna use dark magician.
Oh, whoa! Wait a second. I just realized something. Did y'all ever watch the actual original Yu-Gi-Oh series, the darker version?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They got moved.
That's what we was introduced to.
Dude, we was, man, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, that was my shit.
Yeah, NG, I feel all that.
I'm talking about the dark version of Yu-Gi-Oh before it got to the English stuff. Like, it was in the manga, then they made it. It was only released in, like, Japanese.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about the manga, but I was there was a dark series. He didn't play. He probably was the young more. He's probably gonna be more. I wonder he's gonna be more at odds with what's your face from Death Note, because they kind of like, they don't really fight, but they got powers to summon.
Talking about light.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be kind of more of the thing in a sense, because
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh gonna be a more support character on there, like on how J-Star, like on J-Stars, how they got support characters. Mm-hmm. So he might be a support character where like you do when you build up so much of your support character, you activate him, and then he'll come out, probably throw Dark Magician or something, or help with a finisher move or something.
Probably. Then we got so Jordan Peele is in talks for a Candyman remake. I'm down, even though Candyman back in the day used to get shot at me, but yeah, I'm down. I think Peele can do a good job.
That's a horror movie that never scared me. It was just like,
I know it was a black man done wrong, and but
it ain't even that. It ain't even that. This nigga just got a hook that's just like he ain't even scary.
No,
the man got a honeycomb in him. A whole goddamn honeycomb.
No. Okay, it's not like it was a dog coming to life, or a nigga that was burnt alive coming at you, or a dead man that walking out a lake coming at you, or a psychopath in a mask coming at you.
Let's be real
or
here.
Pinhead coming at you.
Let's be real.
It was just like Candyman looking like the nigga down the street that's on this corner pimping out females.
Well, on top of that, we come on now. We know Freddie wasn't even really scared of us. It was just hilarious times with Freddie. We kind of have come to that conclusion.
Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. Kids, like, up until like I was about 9 years old before I started comprehending what he was saying, Freddie scared me because it was about you it was the concept of he can come to you in your dreams. Yeah, that's what got me.
Yeah. My brother did not want to go to sleep after watching Freddy Krueger. Then we got Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. They showed like a snippet. I haven't actually. It's on the clip is on DC Universe, and I'll be kind of go a little bit more in depth. I'm testing DC Universe Online. It just launched this past Friday, so I'll be talking about that next week too. But yeah, they showed like a clip between them two, and I didn't know. I thought they were I thought that because they showed both characters, but it didn't dawn on me that they were gonna have two different versions of Robin in the show. So we have both of the Robins in the show. So I'm wondering. My other question is, I don't know when Titans is launching because it's not live on the app yet, on the service yet. So
October 12th.
Okay, October 12th. Okay, because I was looking for that. I could not find it nowhere. Okay, October 12th will be when Titans launch. Service is $7.99 for those who are inquiring about it. You don't have to sign up for yearly. You can if you want to, but you can do $7.99 a month for DC Universe if you're interested. All the DC stuff, all the movies, animated movies, all that stuff is on there. I'm like catching up on a lot of stuff that I never got a chance to get around to watching. So, Brandon Fraser as Robot Man. What is this?
Yeah. Robot Man is off of Doom Patrol.
Where the heck did they dig up Brandon Fraser? That is the first question.
A break.
I'm just saying.
That my reaction was just funny.
He didn't.
According to y'all, a tree already gave him a break.
Oh, that's so low.
But accurate nonetheless.
My God.
That's so mean. Oh my goodness. That's my boy. The only person that could ever play in the Mummy franchise, that could ever play it good. I'm sorry. That is my boy.
We can't get
y'all can get
else.
off Encino Man. Because well, he has been lacking in the movies and TV shows because of his personal issues that's been going on. After his divorce, the wife took everything, and he was trying to chop down a tree in his backyard, and the tree fell on him. So he's been having a couple of bad things happen to him. But if this takes off pretty good, he could be probably back on the scene. So hopefully,
well, let's just hope he has no more bad breaks in life.
That must have been a big ass tree, man. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
Just saying, you can't run up or down. You got to run left or right, bruh. You gotta run left or right. Can't go up. It was gonna get you. And why the hell you chop down the tree? Anyway. DC Universe is also launching a Stargirl and a Swampthing, which Swampthing we kind of knew about. As far as like, I got what type of episodes we want to see from this. I think with Swampthing we probably get like the same type of episodes we got like back in the day. Swampthing from USA. I mean, just probably more up to date and stuff like that. People trying to kind of desecrate or destroy, the swamp and all that type of stuff, and him being who he is, and try to protect that and all that type of stuff. Stargirl.
I really want to see an episode with him and Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Episode
because they used to date once upon a time. So yeah. Maybe she could.
They was engaged once upon a time.
Maybe she'll be in the show. Maybe she'll be in the show at some point. Maybe it's a regular.
Right.
Yeah. I know Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy was kind of like
a thing.
A thing at one time too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were.
And the same old whatever.
Yeah, man. Let me see.
All about the same sex and whatever. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna bring this issue of NerdFlow to a close, man. This is what issue 76. Oh my God, I'm inversing the numbers. Issue 76 of NerdFlow, man. We're gonna talk. We didn't get a chance to jump into the Tinker Fandemic and the Arkansas Con. That's gonna be the first thing we're gonna jump off with issue 77 with next week, and we'll talk more about their experiences there at the con. I want to give a little bit more time for us to talk about our experiences there and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about that jumping off next week. So if you're interested in hearing about how it was at Arkansas Con and Fandemic here in Houston, tune in next week for issue 77 for that. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also subscribe to the community page and all that good stuff, where you can find out all the latest and greatest in NerdFlow news and all that good stuff before we go on every single week. So,
and the episode that clip of Robin and Robin is on our Instagram and on our Facebook, so you don't have to go straight to DC Universe. Is on our Instagram and Facebook. The Robin and Robin meets.
Cool. All right, man. So we'll see you guys for issue